Alrighty, welcome back. Right now we're going to go over how to put together your lit review and cite sources. So it's kind of a double whammy here. Lit review. Basically, there's no way to get around it. So let me delete all this. Well, I won't delete it. I'll just go like this. There's just really no way to get around it. You're going to have to do some reading. Okay? That's the main thing. You're going to have to do some reading. Now, of course, you're going to want to do it on the internet, which is fine. But you want to make sure that your sources are pretty valid. So, just concerning the lit review, how do you know if a source is valid? La, la, la. Now, a lot of people say Wikipedia isn't valid. They'll say that because anyone can edit Wikipedia, which is true. Anyone can edit Wikipedia. You can edit Wikipedia and say that President Reagan was a winged fairy who sprinkled pixie dust and collapsed the Soviet Union. You can put in whatever you want. But your account will be banned, and it will be fixed probably within 15 minutes to a half an hour. They have a really good vetting source. Now, are they the end-all, be-all source? No, but they are a good jumping off point. So if you go to Wikipedia and do some reading there, you're probably going to find some useful information. Well, let's look at Wikipedia just real quick. Let's go, I'll just go here. And let's look up, I don't know, puppies. Puppies. Fix it and put a puppy. Aw, there's a puppy, golden retriever. Anyways, so remember last one I talked about an abstract. This is an abstract. You have a table of contents, and then it breaks it down. Development. Well, not much there. So it's actually a relatively short article, isn't it? See also, you're not going to be responsible for doing that, but you will have references. And, there are no external links, so this is probably a bad example. Let's look at ghosts. Ghosts, actually, probably have something good on ghosts. It'll never moon. Oh, yeah, there's tons of stuff on ghosts. So look at that bar right there. That's how you know. So again, in abstract, you have a pretty extensive table of contents right here. So it goes into like what's what. Look at those references right there. So references, this is their bibliography basically. And count, 101 sources, not bad. You're not gonna have to do that. Anytime you make a claim that you can't back up, like that can't come off the top of your head, you probably need to source. You don't need to source history. You don't need to source that the War of 1812 happened in 1812. You do have to source that although the War of 1812 ended with an American victory, it was actually an American loss because now we have this standing army. If that's something you read, quote it. You got to source that because that's not your opinion. So you have sources, which would be part of your lit review. Now, one of the cool things, let's say if you pick your topic, let's say you pick ghosts or something like that. Not that I don't want to debate whether or not that'd be a valid topic, but let's just say in some bizarro universe you pick ghosts. All these external links right here. So if you put your mouse here, you look at their sources. So going back to what I was originally saying, Wikipedia isn't necessarily a bad source, but what is awesome about Wikipedia is you can trace where they got their stuff from, and basically, there you go. Just start looking at their stuff and putting it together. You may want to go to see also. That's also, maybe it's like, oh, not ghosts. Oh, demonic possession. All right, let's do that one. Ooh, cool, demonic possession. What's not cool about demonic possession? And then, oh, look, they have sources right there. Oh, and see other stuff. Oh, look, catatonia. All that stuff. Okay, so you have Wikipedia isn't necessarily like the best source in the world for your information, but it does give you a nice jumping off point. So let's go back. So how is it valid? Well, something's valid if it ends in, say, edu, or a .gov. Now, EDUs aren't absolutely the most, but they are the best. Okay, they're the best of what's out there. Gov is almost untouchable, but the thing is, Gov will just always be data. They'll never really give you an interpretation or anything like that because they're, it's best that the government remains impartial. EDU, depending upon the school, if it's Harvard, yeah, you could probably trust it. But if it's like John Smith created in 2012 school because I want to be awesome and have my own school .edu, it's questionable. So just because you have an EDU doesn't automatically make it, but you want something from somewhere you've heard of, or at least, have heard mentioned, like Harvard or Princeton or something like that. But again, it's not the end-all be-all. I mean, any information you're going to get is going to be, you can't really ever piece together totally correct information. It's almost impossible. That's why you do research. You're trying to piece together as much as you can to build a case. Is it going to be the best or 100% correct? No, but you've done the best that you could. The .nets, not a lot ends in .net anymore. .com are probably your least. Com means commercial, meaning whatever they put up there, they're getting money for. Whenever people get money for something, usually you can have some bias in it. Another one is .org. Now, .org kind of bridges the gap between .com and .edu or .gov. There's probably more research that takes place, but again, they're an organization that's trying to push an agenda. So if that's the case, which is almost always the case, then their stuff may be biased. So really the point of research is, and the point of your topic is, let's say you're doing like, you're saying abortion should be murdered or something like that. You're going to find, you could probably find some .orgs that will say, yes, that is correct. And you're going to find some .orgs that say, no, that isn't correct. Now, the validity, what makes your source valid is showing both sides of the argument. So in your lit review, if you put both sides of the argument, you've done good, researcher. You've done very good. That's what you're supposed to do, is explore these topics and try to find both sides of the argument. Now, how do you know if an argument is valid? Well, does it have bias? If these people are denying that the Holocaust ever happened, and it's a .org, sure, put that down, but it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that the Holocaust did happen, that something happened, that there are pictures. You can dig up picture after picture of things that happened during the Holocaust and to the Jews under Nazi Germany. So if you come across a source that says that the Holocaust did not happen, while it is noteworthy, and you should probably pay attention to what they're saying, you always want to pay attention to something that's kind of like wacky, because, you want to be able to, possibly defend against it, just in case, But, the farther we move away from a traumatic incident like the Holocaust, the less real it's going to become. Your grandkids are going to have no concept that people were rounded up in the camps and murdered. It's just, hopefully everything goes well and stuff like that doesn't happen again, but still, it's just not going to have a concept. And oftentimes when we don't have that concept, it becomes hard to believe, and if it's hard to believe, it's easy to make the leap to say it didn't happen, which is sad, which is why we need to study history. Because there are people out there who deny that Jews were murdered. So, like I said, just because the website ends a certain way doesn't necessarily mean it's absolutely valid. And again, you want to watch to see what exactly are they saying. Are they making an outrageous claim that the Holocaust didn't happen, or it could be something benign like, school shootings aren't that common, so we shouldn't ban guns. Wow, okay. They're not that common. I wonder, how common are school shootings? And then go to maybe a .gov site and dig up, gun death statistics or something like that. You could probably Google search, list of school shootings, the death count, and then compare that against all the gun deaths that are out there. So you kind of have to create a way to if someone makes a claim, if you read a claim and there is no evidence to it, you want to try to disprove that claim, and you put all of that work under your lit review, which is why your outline is so important, because you don't want to deviate from this outline too much. You may have missed something, which is fine, but if you have nothing in place, you will have a tremendously tough time putting something together. What you'll end up doing is you'll Google search gun rights and just put down whatever pops up. That isn't research. What you want to do is you want to have sort of a roadmap of what you're going to do, and then do it, and just make sure that your source is valid.